great
making
topic.
changes for you when things don't align anymore?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, how
And
does
when,
how
Pivoting.
does pivot?
yeah,
Pivot.
and whenever, it's time to do that. Whenever there's things that you you just know whenever it's time to change, whenever it's time to
Mm.
go. It's just like anything in life, it's going to bring about its face, and it's going to tell you, hey, it's time now.
Yeah.
There's
you
never,
know
And
and there's never a right time. Like you might feel like, oh, in another week I'll do it, or in another month, I just need a month to get my shit together,
mm-hmm.
but sometimes you just need to rip the band-aid.
I
one,
agree.
I think too, we become so comfortable with the things that we know. And let's face it, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, right?
Hmm.
No, it's
So do
not.
you stick with this this shitty situation that at least because
Hmm.
if you go and you take a different route with anything in life, right? Um, it could be like 10 times worse.
Oh, it
And then
definitely could
you're
be.
kicking yourself for it. And so
But
I
you
think
know
that
what though?
but I think
Mhm.
that's why a lot of people are scared to make that change,
Mm-hmm.
because look at how many people probably stay in like relationships for way too long because it's comfortable. And no, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think anybody really likes confrontation.
Mm, no, I don't. I can't
Mm-mm.
stand it. But and then
Mm-mm.
people stay in jobs
Mhm.
because,
Mm-hmm.
they have comfort of, they know their job and they know how to do it, and it's hard to start something new. They have, that comfortability in insurance and things like that. So those are the types of things that, it's hard to make those changes. But if you have an opportunity that comes before you, why not take the chance?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Why not do it?
Feel
Maybe
I
the
feel personally attacked right now.
yeah, I mean, I do too a little bit. I'm attacking myself. But I mean, I think there's a fine line between comfortability and risk,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
you know, because I have put myself through a lot of changes in my life, changing jobs, changing um things in, my secondary job things, stuff like that. And I've always made it to where it makes it hard on me to make change, because I think about all of the bad things, and then I think about, if I'm quitting a job, or if I'm, doing something, I think about the person that I'm talking to, my boss.
Mm-hmm.
I think about them being mad at me, and I
Hmm.
don't want them to be mad at me. And I was talking to my therapist today because I had therapy, and I was talking to her about some changes that, we are aligning with different chain things and stuff like that. And I was telling her about the changes, and I said, I just really need to stop thinking about other people's opinions about my life,
Yeah.
and really start doing what makes
They don't
me
pay it
happy.
because they don't pay your
Hmm.
bills.
Right.
No,
You know?
no,
Yeah.
not at all. And they don't make me happy. They aren't the ones that are ultimately making the decisions in my life. I am. And I really need to check my loyalty for some things, and then really stop thinking about what people think about me, you
Well, and
know?
I think it's difficult too because in a lot of and we're just talking about work, right? Um, so the three of us have made some changes and we have some things aligned down the road possibly. But I think with a lot of people with their work, if you have a good boss, you become friendly with them, right? And so you
Mm.
do look at them as a person. You don't want to put them in a bad position because you want to grow, you want to change your career, you want to, or even hell, if you want to, stay at home and you don't want to work anymore. Like you don't want to
Mhm.
put somebody out, right?
Right.
And I think it's difficult sometimes for us to separate that personal relationship with the work relationship. And if you're
Mhm.
not getting fulfilled in your career path, your growth, what have you, I think it's okay to pivot. And that doesn't mean that you think anything less of that person. It's just that it's not working out.
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
and it's time for you to make a change, and a time, and maybe doing something else, you know, will help you grow even more.
Yeah. Because I
Or
think
at
that
least, reignite,
Yeah.
yeah.
Change is
or
good, I
find
think.
something that fulfills you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Change is definitely good, and whenever there's change that is needed, you find that reignition, and it's something that brings a spark to your eye, and that's when you know that I'm
Mhm.
making the right decision to make this change. And it's
Yeah.
okay to want more, it's okay to grow, it's okay to do those things, and it's okay to leave people behind that you were once, seeing every day or talking to all the time or things like that. That's okay. And it's okay to make those changes. And like I said, for me, I just have to stop thinking about what others think and think
Mhm.
about myself, because most of the decisions that I make in my life is it
Or someone
just
else.
are someone else.
Yep.
It's never really for me. It's like, well, what is so and so going to think if I do this? What if, blah blah blah, you
Yeah.
know. So it's just, I in the past few days I've just really been enlightened and
Yeah.
Mhm.
feeling a good change for me. Just, I mean, I just needed that for a long time, because ever since I was little, and I don't know why. I don't know why I put so much emphasis on what people think about me.
Because you're a people pleaser.
Yes, that's true. I am. So I really want to not be. And I think this is the first step of, just needing to be something more,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you know?
And it's
So,
almost, it's almost, like, you need to make a change, and then you go and do it, and you feel like you're like, not regretting it, but you're like, once you do it, you're like, oh, did I make the right decision? And
mhm,
then it's almost like you have a period of time where you feel like that, and then
mhm,
all of a sudden it's like you wake up the next day and you're like, no, like the weight's been lifted.
Mhm.
mhm, mhm. Absolutely. Um, I have, you know, I felt so good today. I just
Hmm.
felt good. And I have excitement in me again. And that, is something that I haven't felt in a while. It's been a long time
Yep.
since I've been really excited about something. And one of the changes I'm making, I'm going to start this, and I've started it last week, a naturopathic practitioner course, because I really want to add some credibility to my health and wellness business.
Mhm.
And I think that this can do that for me. And I didn't spend a fortune on the course. I do have to take a final exam to get,
Hmm.
certified and whatnot. So that is something that I'm really excited about, because I can help, because it's all about, like, whenever I started thinking about my autoimmune disease and feet and fueling my body for that instead of losing weight. And I really want to help others do the same thing, because we get so twisted in our minds about that, about
Hmm.
weight
Mhm.
loss and stuff, instead of looking at the whole person. And that's what a lot of regular medicine does. So
Yep.
naturopathic for me, it just seems to fit. And so I'm
Hmm.
really excited about that and learning about that, so that I want to elevate my business, because my job is over in July. I don't know if I'm going to have a permanent position after July. So I need
Hmm.
to do something. I need to kind of check myself and say, hey, you know, what are you doing with your life and what are you going to do? So, so yeah, I've
Yeah,
just been I'm going to do that and see where it takes me.
that's okay. We didn't hear Mr. Jennifer.
He's back there clanking dishes in the dishwasher.
Can't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
But I was too busy talking,
She's
so,
yapping.
I was just da, 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 da. I've
Mm.
had
No,
some
but you know
caffeine
what? But
today,
you
so
know what, Mel? I've noticed just the difference in the last few days.
mhm.
Just since you talked about it, we talked about that course last week, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of
Mhm.
something that's reigniting your
Mhm.
passion. I mean, you have a healthcare background, just like me. Like
Yep.
you're drawn to naturally help people, obviously,
Mhm.
because you're a people pleaser, but that's just, but this is another way to do it without
Yeah.
sacrificing yourself.
Exactly. And I really have I've been, coaching for 7 years, and I really enjoy that. I love the group of women that we have around us. So just doing something extra to help is just it's just a little more meaningful,
Yeah.
you know. So that's the direction that I'm heading in, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, shit, I woke up today and I've spun my red ring twice. My green ring is about to go around twice. I mean,
dang girl.
You
that's
need to
just
increase
how we're
those
going.
numbers.
I know. I did this morning. I did the
Did you?
move one. I raised it up this morning,
Yeah.
Nice.
but I
Nice.
also had to walk 2 miles, so that's another.
Isn't it funny how you know, a lot of people will say, I'm so tired, I don't have the energy. I mean, I'm one of them. Um, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to cook. You cook a lot out of convenience, right?
Mm,
Or go through
Mhm.
fast food or whatever. But once you start making that time for yourself, for you to get some extra movement in, or
Mhm.
maybe, you don't change anything with your eating except for one meal a day to start
Mhm.
with, right?
Mhm.
Um, how different you feel.
mm,
Oh.
I actually, been working with this macro coach, and I love it. And I don't it took me like 3 weeks to figure out how to do it,
Mhm.
because it's just, you're not typically you're thinking, okay, calories in, calories out kind of thing, right? So it's a different way of thinking, but like my stomach doesn't hurt anymore.
mm. Well,
Really?
Um
that's a plus.
at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
my stomach doesn't hurt anymore. Um I don't get sick. Like I don't get headaches like I used to. I'm
Interesting.
still tired, but I'm not like lethargic.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then also like when I'm going to the gym, like but whenever I leave the gym, I have like over 6,000 steps already for the day,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
amazing.
And it's just like I before I was tired, before I was, chronic pain, and I still have those ailments and stuff, but I do feel better.
Yeah.
And so as you're looking at pivoting things, or if you're just feeling down or you're just feeling kind of stuck, sometimes things come to light whenever you really do make yourself a priority in your
Hmm.
Mhm.
health first, because everything is so intertwined.
Mhm.
Yes.
Everything's so connected.
Yep. I
And
totally feel
so
that.
when you start down that path, you're going to see other things that you notice, and you're going to be like, wait a minute, this doesn't really feel aligned. And then
Mhm.
you need
Hmm.
to pivot, and you need to switch things up a little bit.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm. I agree. You know, we so put our health on the back burner because we have to do so many other things. And if you have kids, you have to fill others' cups before you do your own. That's not what I'm saying. Don't, but that's what we
Yeah.
do, you
Yeah.
know?
You
And
think you
you
have to.
think you have to do that, but you don't. You have to take care of yourself first, and you have to make that a priority.
Hmm.
And after my whole Ozempic scandal, I'm calling it a scandal because it was, you know, it could have been scandalous for all I know, but because I was a zombie throughout the whole thing. And I forgot where I was going with that, but that's just,
But you had to, but you know what? Here's the thing is that you wanted it to work so bad
yes.
that you continued dealing with the zombiness
Yeah.
and until you were just like until you saw the light one day and you said no, like I can't.
Yeah, I had to have others tell me, like Jen told me, you've lost that spark in your eye. You're not the same. And then I had other girlfriends tell me that too. And these are girlfriends like that are long distance. like us. You know, I have a couple of other girlfriends that are in Atlanta and one's in South Carolina too. And they noticed just because I wasn't being present with them,
Mhm.
you know, in our daily conversations and things like that. And I just I had to stop, you know, and that was for my health, even though I thought that I was doing that for my
For
health to
your health.
begin with.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, it just wasn't the right
It
thing.
just wasn't the one for you.
No. And you know, I'm glad that it happened so I could see myself, you know, like look down at myself and see how depressed I was and how just I did nothing for months. And now getting back into the routine, like I crave it. Like
Yeah.
you know, we did so much activities.
Mm.
We had so much room for activities. You know, and at the beach, we had
Oh,
so much fun and we
I
walked the
bet you
beach
did some
together
activities.
maybe once. Um But, you know, like I went to the gym, you know, and normally
Mm.
I don't work out on Saturdays or Sundays, but I there was an elliptical and a treadmill. They had a really nice fitness center, so I wanted to use that because I didn't want to break my routine. Like
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I just I'm feeling good and, you know, I don't know. I'm just things are just
You're
aligning.
feeling yourself.
I'm feeling
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Yep.
Ooh. So, you know, I mean, it's good change. Good
Yeah.
changes are coming, and I think it's this, you know, the season that you're in. If you're having like these quandaries and you're depressed and things like that,
Mm.
maybe look at yourself, take a look at yourself from the outside instead of always thinking about what's inside, but kind of look from the outside and see if you need to pivot, see if you need to change, you know, and it
Right.
doesn't have to be something as drastic as your job. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
can just be something little, even if it is your morning routine, you know,
Right.
changing small things that can just make you not be in a bad place anymore.
It
And I
can be
think
going to get your hair done
hell yeah.
Exactly. Or your nails did.
or your nails.
Or a
Right.
wax on, wax off. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah. So, I mean, just something that's going to make you, you know, that feels aligned, that feels good with yourself, you know, make those changes and don't be afraid and don't give a flip what anybody else thinks about it. And
Right.
that's my
yep.
jam thought of the day.
I don't give a flip.
I don't give a flip.
I think you posted something yesterday. Now I'm gonna have to try to find it. But like it was like so spot on. And it's a weird like when you go through these things because apparently the algorithms are like aligning with you and
Mhm.
they're sending you all this stuff.
Yes.
And it's
Yep.
just like you're just like, this is what it is. And so this is the thing that I found yesterday is you think you're an introvert because you like being alone, but in reality, you just love being at peace and you're actually extroverted around the people who bring you peace.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's like when you find your people, you come out of your shell
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
because those are the people that are aligning with you and making you
Absolutely.
feel yourself and alive.
Yep.
Yeah. I love that.
Yep. I
I
like that.
love that so
And I
much.
think that can go like, I think that can go with anything,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
with the boys, Gabriel in college, Xavier getting ready to go, Caden's getting older. I'm constantly telling them, I don't care what you do. I just want you to be happy. I want you to be able to make money and provide for you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
But do something that like also brings you joy because
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be doing it for a long time and you don't want
Mm-hmm.
to be miserable,
No.
you know.
Because we work 40 hours plus a week. You
Mhm.
know, you don't want to be miserable. You
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be in such a stagnant place that you're just a freaking bitch all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you
You said
know,
that so angrily.
Yeah.
yeah, because I've been there. I have been in a miserable job. I have been that bitch, you know? I
Yeah.
mean, but now like it's just I'm not I'm in a good job, you
Yeah.
know. I can still be bitchy, but it's not about work, you know.
Yeah.
It's about
Mm.
it's about side gigs or this or that or this, that, and the
Yeah.
other. You know, I mean, my work life is good. I will say that. My work life is good. But like I said earlier, it's going to be over in July if they don't bring us on full time. And then what the hell do I do? So I'm preparing now.
Yep.
You know, just in case.
Yep.
So, but good change is coming.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen, sisters. So I think this has been really hopefully for the listeners eye-opening, you know, to help them navigate through tough times in their life and tough decisions.
Not just tough design, yeah, more like tough decisions.
Because as we talked, as we spoke over the weekend, you know, things that we're doing and aligning together, some of that was difficult for me to do.
Yeah.
But you know, I made it through with the support of my gals, and you know, here we are on the path to a new
Righteousness.
And I know we're probably I know we're being very vague, and the listener, you listening will be like, what the hell are you talking about? Just more information will come as we you know, go down this path. We'll share more and more, but ultimately I hope that this episode gave you the permission to take a look at where you're at. And Andrea, was it you or somebody posted a post about like how like horrific it would be if a year from now like nothing changed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So think about that. And if you're content and you're happy with where you are and everything's hunky dory, then awesome. Go you.
That's fucking awesome.
That's fantastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, you know, and look at all of the different facets of life. If there's anything that you need to change, like Mel said, you don't have to do it all at once, but you can start implementing small actionable items that will compound over a period of time that will set you up for where you want to be. So I hope this just gave you the permission to do that.
I love it.
Yes.
Well,
all right. Well,
it's been fun.
It was like the Jam Pod does not endorse you just quitting your job.
Yeah, we don't.
Please.
No.
No.
Please stay stuff.
Have a backup plan.
You can't say, well, Jen, Andrea, and Mel told me that I should just quit my job and eat bonbons all day. We did not say that.
No, we would definitely not say eat bonbons because, you know,
do those
about
even
the healthy
still
living.
exist?
Yeah, they do. You can find them.
What is a bonbon?
I don't know. I think they're like a pastry in the freezer section thing.
Yeah, and
like
they're covered in chocolate.
Thing.
Yeah.
That's a cream puff.
Yeah.
Covered in chocolate.
Bonbons. Whenever I was growing up, my mom would always say that. My dad would come home and they would like be in a tiff, and she's like, "What do you think I do? Just sit around eating bonbons all day?"
Yeah. I know that's what Matt thinks I do at home all day.
Yeah. There you
go. So anyway,
all
thank you, ladies.
Love you.
Love y'all.